Hello everyone, hello traders, good morning, good afternoon. It's London session with Gwyn, and as always I'm back in midweek and also on weekends to share you with pre-market analysis and also what I think of the market during the midweek. All right, so today I'm going to come, I want to do a market update. All right, today so I'm going to give you what I currently see in the market and also what has changed over when I made my last presentation. That was pre-market session. All right, so let's go look at it. All right, so if you're new to this channel, I recommend that you subscribe and also turn on the notification bell so you'll be getting information whenever I post content such as this one. All right, so first, I'm going to just take a dive at the dollar index, the DXY, and then I'm going to see what's also happening with the DXY here. So the DXY here haven't predicted that we want to see a drop start to come with the DXY, but at the moment, what we are seeing could also be a correction here. All right, so we could also be on our wave 3 here on also ABC, so working on ABC. So here I'm going to be taking note of this. Okay, so I'm going to be taking note of this in every step of the way. So all right, so I'm going to be taking note of this every step of the way because you don't want this to, all right, you don't want this to turn out to be a wave 3, all right, or a C of a wave 4. All right, so you don't want this to be a flat pattern. All right, so of this swing of the 1 2, so this could also be 3 or ABC, and then you can see price explode to the side. So I don't want to see price breaking the structure. I don't want to see price breaking that trend line. All right, so if that happens, I'm gonna have to wait, all right, for the next either the bullish or the bearish opportunities. But for this one, I don't want to see price break this structure. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and put an alert on my chart here. So I'm gonna put an alert that anything that will take price above the 93.91, then I will start being bullish on the dollar index. All right, so the dollar is gonna, it's supposed to get strong from that point on. All right, so I'm gonna put up an alert. All right, so 93.91. all right, so anything that will go above that point, I'm gonna want to reevaluate the situation. I'm gonna want to have a rethink. All right, so I'm gonna put it a name. So okay, then we look at a bullish dollar. All right, so we look at a bullish dollar from that point on if price should be able to break that trend line there. All right, so I'm just gonna go put that. I think I already have a cross there, so I'm gonna put that up. All right, so I'm gonna put that up. All right, so add an alert, so I'm gonna put that as well. So okay, so the light is there. Right, so if I have anything that will create a break above that point there, and I will be on the watch out. All right, so I don't want to see price breaking this structure here. So if price will go ahead break this structure, then I'll be looking at a more bullish opportunities for the DXY and to also complete the wave 5 inside of this zone here. All right, so that could also be possible. All right, so but however, at the moment we are seeing a bearish structure here, so it could also be a completion of the wave E. All right, so we have what looks like a small move in here, but compared to this, it looks abnormal. All right, so it doesn't look fit. All right, so but however, we are going to be both, all right, bullish and bearish, or we're going to be bearish on this one. All right, waiting for a bullish turnaround. All right, then we could be bullish. All right, but however, we're going to do whatever the market is presenting to us at the moment. All right, so that said, let's just go back ahead to our chart and then let's see what's going on and how we will approach the current trading day. All right, so having said that, also similar to this one here. All right, so we have a structure here with the USDCHF. And also we had what could also possibly be a wave A right here. So it was a very good strong impulse, 5 wave move up. All right, and we also had what could have been a correction here. All right, so from that point on, we also see that even we have drawn this structure here, so this could also be a major move right here, and this could be a major correction. So we are starting to work out what could be a trend. All right, so we could also be seeing more of a small internal trend line here. All right, we could also see a small internal trend line here that price could also respect. all right, having moved to the upside. All right, so we could see a small internal trend line there, and we could also be having an A, B, we could also be having a C, all right, or a D, or whatever it is. All right, so but however, so we're going to be looking at this from two dimensions now. All right, so we're going to be looking at this as a bearish structure, and we're going to be looking at this as a bullish structure. But on the bearish note, I think we could take a trade here. All right, so if you're taking a trade here, and we're going to look to target previous structures there. All right, so we had our A, which also formed our B. So if this is our C leg, which could be which could lead us to a contraction right from AB, and we could be having a little bit of a contraction like that. All right, so that's what could play out. So we could having a little bit of contraction, say like that, of the A, B, and then C contraction. Then we could have price drop to downside. So we could be working out that one as well. All right, but however, in the drop, we are going to look at key environments, okay, key support areas. And also we've seen that previously we've broken below, all right, the D leg of this internal structure here, which could also form A, B, C, D, and then E. So we've broken below the E leg, all right. So, but however, we didn't have it that price stayed below that zone for a trading day, all right. So price didn't stay below that zone in any trading day. All right, so far that's what we've seen. Price have gone below that structure and closed above, all right, in all the time. So also similar to this one, price have gone below the structure and also closed above. All right, so it hasn't closed below the 0.92215 in any of the trading days. All right, so we're looking for that to also happen, and once that happens, it's going to confirm a bearish continuation to the downside. But however, if the bulls will step into the market and then grab the opportunity, we might also be seeing price make the next move to the upside. All right, so but however, we have a very key important resistance area which you want to see price break. All right, and once that happens, we're going to see that also playing out nicely. And also the important resistance area we're going to be looking at, the 0.9266. all right, so that is going to be a very important area there. We want to see price take out before we can then resume in a bullish continuation. All right, so that's what we're going to be looking at today. And however, if you're taking a short trade, all right, so you could also target this point here. All right, you can also target the 0.9177. that's also a very cool target because it was previous structure having price from the A, okay, B, then C of the A, then B, C, D, then E. All right, so that's also important environment here. So you want to target this point. All right, you want to target this point for the previous leg because this is where we find support in the market. All right, so this was the previous resistance here. So we want to see price do any of the two today. So it's either an upside or a downside, but it's going to do one for the end of the day. All right, so next we take a dive into looking at also the USDJPY. USDJPY having completed what I expected to see of the market. All right, so the market having completed the pattern, so I don't have any reason for now as to step in and then take a trading decision. All right, so but I see this as a very strong move. All right, so this created this move, then this move. All right, so and I want to see structures. I want to see technical structures, all right, that could also create an opportunity. But however, I think we are way off the mark. Okay, so however, we're way off the mark, and we can't be looking for anything here. All right, we're way off. All right, I'm way off. I don't want to be looking at anything here because we all have everything played out. All right, so what we want to see is we're going to wait for opportunities to present itself. All right, so we have the A, we have the B, we have the C, we have the D, we have the E. All right, so that created a breakout that broke above the D leg, so we're having to test the B leg. All right, so that's somewhere around this zone. All right, so we're having to test the B leg, but so far we can see that price have been able to take hold of the territory. All right, price have been able to take hold of the territory and it's broken. All right, so we're just gonna go ahead and put up a line there. All right, Okay, so we're just going to look at that one of the 114. All right, so 114 is a very important area there. So we've seen that price is currently trading above that point on a weekly and also on a daily basis. All right, so we want to see how that structure will play out. All right, so however, that structure also played out nicely with this one, and you can see that it turned out to be support at this point here, and then price rallied up. All right, so from that point, price rallied up about from that low 60 pips. Okay, so 62 pips, price rallied up, and we're off 62 pips from that territory there. All right, so we're gonna see what then happens. All right, but I think a lower close on a daily time frame will present an opportunity to test back the trend line. But however, I think there would be more bullishness on this one, so we're going to wait for bullish opportunities to dive into this one. All right, so next we dive into the EURUSD. All right, so I'm still taking a look at my dollar index on my other screens. All right, so I'm taking a look at dollar index. So before the end of this presentation, if the dollar index breaks out, all right, so I'm gonna have to share this with you guys. All right, so I'm taking a look at the dollar index as well for this one. All right, so for this one here, and this is a very huge resistance area. All right, so and apart from the fact that it was also previous structure here, all right, so I'm looking at this as a very important resistance as well, and I think I want to see price giving more of a structure here. All right, so however, I missed this trade. All right, so I missed this trade, and I was not very cool with it. I missed the trade. All right, so here, and it was almost in the Asian session, and personally I don't trade the Asian session. Right, so we had price move up 60 pips during that session alone, and into the London session. All right, so I don't trade the Asian session. All right, so and I couldn't take that trade opportunity, but however, I might also be having an opportunity to go with price into testing the resistance of the 1.1677. all right, so I'm going to work with you guys and then show you how I'm going to be set up for this. All right, so what is also happening here, that we did have a cool breakout, all right, and that was also an important breakout. All right, so also we also have price trading right inside of this territory at the moment. So and we have this huge correction here, so we can draw that nicely, and we have this huge breakout here. So this is now our A, this is now our B. All right, so we're going to be working out our C and then wait for a confirmation. So once that happens, I think that will be the best time to look for long opportunities at the break of a structure. All right, so we're going to be putting up that structure, so we have a structure there, so we can then start working out our setup there, and then I'll also start putting up our pending orders there. So let me just work that out with you guys. All right, so for this one here, what are we going to be doing? We're going to be looking for opportunity to have a higher high, higher close on the daily time frame above the structure, above the 1 point. Let me just go ahead and put up that structure there, 1.1677. all right, so we have a higher high, higher close on the daily time frame. I think that could also signal the start of a bullish continuation. But however, we're going to be putting up this structure here. We're going to put up this line here nicely. All right, so we're going to wait for a breakout. All right, we're going to wait for a breakout. So if we go ahead, put up, let's see what that will mean. I'm just dragging my tool right here. All right, so let's see what that could mean. All right, for price. All right, so if you're going ahead to buy stop, okay, because we're looking at the buy stop 1 point. All right, let's just go put it up at the end of the trend line. So we can look at buy stop 1.165. okay, so buy stop 1.165, and if we go ahead put up say 0.05, okay, so we buy at buy stop. All right, so we'll put up a buy stop. All right, so I'm going to change this to buy stop. Okay, all right, so I'm going to put this up 1.648. all right, so I'm going to 1.648. Right, so let's see what that means. 1.648. Okay. Right, so I'm going to put my stop loss at the low. Okay, so it's going to be at the low of the previous structure there. So we're going to put our stop loss at 1.624. 1.624. Right, so we're going to put our target as our TP1 1.675. Okay, so we're going to put 1.675. All right, so let's see. All right, so what's going on? Let's see what's going on. All right, so we're going to do that. Let's see. All right, so let's put up a buy stop. Let's try it again one more time. 1.650. 1.1650. Let's see. All right, so that's our line, and we're going to go ahead put up a stop loss somewhere down there. 1.624. All right, so we just go ahead put 1.624. All right, and let's see what that happens. Okay, 1.1624. All right. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead put up our take profit 1.167. All right, so 1.167. All right, so this is not gonna be a 1:2. All right, so this is gonna be a 1:0.75. It's not gonna be a good trade. All right, so we wanna look at a trade that that makes the most sense. All right, so apart from that, we can just go tweak. We're gonna go change our take profit 1 to 1.168. All right. Wow. All right, so 1.168. Okay, so I think this fits better for a 1:1. So this is not a good trade. All right, so we're not going to take this trade for now. So we're going to wait for any drop below this point here, and then we could wait for more contraction, and then we could ride it up. All right, so wait for price to drop below this territory, and somewhere down here could be also a very good important area for a buy trade. All right, so we wait for more structures to develop. All right, so but however, I think price could also be back into testing the D leg. All right, so I'm going to point this out to you guys because this is done. All right, we've seen price take out this structure as an ending diagonal here. So we're going to look at price testing A, B, C, D, and then we had our E down there. So we're going to be looking for also an opportunity for price to test this D leg. So the more the contraction here, so we're going to be waiting for a much bigger contraction here that can create price to stay, and we can have a higher close on a daily time frame on above this zero territory here, and that could also be the best time to start taking a trade at the break of this point here to target 92 pips. All right, so that's going to be what is going to happen, and we're going to wait for that opportunity to also present itself. All right, so but however, we need to take a look at the DXY as it continues to do the work of its father. All right, so we're going to take note of the DXY and also see what its next move is. All right, for DXY. All right, so we don't need to lose sight of it. All right, so we go next to the NZDUSD. The NZDUSD has also proved strong. Okay, it has also proved strong, and having taken out this previous area here, which we anticipated to be an X leg, all right, initially, so this is now invalidated. So this is no longer our X leg because price has stayed above the structure there. So this is no longer our X leg. So we're going to be working a bullish setup for this one right now. All right, we're going to work in a bullish setup for the test of the B leg. Okay, so we're going to be working up something of that nature. Okay, so but however, we want to see structure, we want to see confirmations, we want to see setups. All right, and I'm gonna wait with you guys, and I'm gonna show you any setup that comes, all right, in the market, and I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna send it down on my channel. So you have to subscribe and also turn on the notification bell, so you'll be getting information whenever this content come up here. All right, so next we just take a look at the USDCAD. Okay, so USDCAD, all what we wanted to do with the USDCAD was to short the USDCAD, all right, from this high, and we completed TP1 and also TP2. All right, so also we have price trading inside of this zone here. We have a huge support down here, and we have resistance up here. So however, the next move for this one here is still not presented to us yet. All right, so I don't have any setup for this one, but however, we are still bearish on this one. All right, so we're still bearish. You can see that everything looks bearish as price continues to make lower low and also lower highs. All right, so if you just go ahead, put up a trend line there, you can see that price has continued to make lower low, lower highs, and there have been no clear indications. All right, so if we could have a break, okay, say price breaks up to this point here, I think that could also mean that we could take a short trade, all right, back into here. All right, it could also mean that we could take a short trade into there, and it could also be a wonderful one. All right, so we could also do that. It's also a possibility. All right, so what we're going to be doing. All right, so if that would be the case, we could have price drop back into there, and we could also be having what could be an inverted head and shoulder at that point, and then we'll have to wait to see if price can then rally breaking that point, all right, to test back this structure. All right, so that's going to be how we're going to be setting up for the USDCAD. All right, so we'll look at the GBPUSD. Also, what is going on with the GBPUSD? GBPUSD here is still unable to take out its previous B leg. All right, so we're gonna leverage on that. All right, in our expectation and also in our preparations to short to the downside. All right, so we're not going to short from here because, having said that, we still have some huge support areas which we want to see price take out. All right, so we have support here. We also have support here. So we can't take out because we can't take this trade at the moment as a short trade. Rather, we will look at this as a pullback. All right, we can look at this as pullback ready for the next explosion because price is not breaking any previous structure. All right, so we're going to wait. We're going to sit here and then wait for this one. All right, so remember also today we have a big news coming up on pound. All right, we have a big release coming on upon pound, so we can set up nicely for this one. If this is going to come in as a structure here, and we can look at this one as a breakout. All right, once that happens. All right, so also taking a look at the DXY. DXY is also making some advancement. As you can see, it's also making some advancement, but however, it has key important areas to break before we could be looking at a full reversal and then a continuation to the upside. All right, so it's still making advancement, but however, key areas need to be taken out before it could turn into a complete reversal. All right, also looking at next with the AUD. AUD as well also tricked and then created a new high. All right, created a new high as from September, also created a new high. All right, so we have it that we want to see structures from this point. So from this point on, we've started looking at bullish opportunities. However, so if we could have some setups here nicely, I think it could be the best time. So we're looking at this, our one. All right, one in here. So we were looking at AB. So if we have a little bit of contraction, say back in here, we could look at a C starting to form. All right, so however, we'll wait so that we not have this done. All right, so we can then continue. All right, so that's what we want to do with this one. All right, and as it's done, bullish. All right. So a breakout of this one here could take us back into where we want to see, and then we could start looking for setups for a wave C, having created a wave B, and we look for a wave C, then to continue to the upside. All right, so we take a little bit look at the gold. All right, so ahead of London session, I'll just take a little bit of look at gold and then show you guys what is also happening with the gold for this one. All right, so gold did create a B, all right, and a C. All right, so what is also playing out here with the gold? Gold did create this, all right, and if gold is looking to make a 5-wave move to the upside, say A, B, C, D, and then E, we're going to see this here. It's going to be reflected here. All right, so what I'm going to see with the gold for this one to take a trade, I want to wait to see. This is now a drop, so I could say this is an A. All right, so this is a B. So what I'm looking at seeing with gold, I want to see a C. I want to see something down here. All right, it could also be cool. Even down beta could also be cooler. All right, so it'll also be wonderful, all right, to see. Then we can be working out something like that. And at the breakout of the structure there, we look for an upside. But however, gold might still continue to drop and then drop down there. It's also a possibility. So wait for structures. All right, so that's what I'm going to waiting to do with gold. Anything that could create a drop with gold. All right, no matter how small the drop is, all right, even as much as a drop such as this could also mean well for gold, because this is definitely B. So we want to see an ABC. All right, then you can see a contraction there and a break above that point. We can continue gold, all right, to the upside. So that's what I want to see with the gold. All right, you can see some more contraction here and then continue, or we could see price drop a little bit, and that could also mean C, and then we can continue. All right, so we just take a look at what also is happening here. We have price advancing. For the DXY, it's also advancing. All right, so we're just going to wait to see what opportunities present itself. All right, so we just take a little bit dive in at the, okay, so DXY is still making advancement, as you can see. All right, so we just take a little bit dive into other currency pairs, and then let's see what is also happening elsewhere. Elsewhere yesterday, we took some positions on the GBPCAD. Okay, so we also waiting for confirmations as to what price actions is going to develop from this one. Okay, so and the break of this one, all right, is going to signal a downside. All right, so a break of that structure is going to signal a downside, and then we'll be looking at this structure as a contraction. All right, so we could look at ABC, A, B, and then C. All right, we could look at a break of this structure here. A break of that one, all right, will turn GBPCAD into a bearish one. All right, so 1.6975. So a break of that structure will turn it bearish. All right, so also we look at the EURCHF. EURCHF created a move to the upside with this one. All right, so we're going to wait to see what then happens. All right, and the break of this structure here will turn this into a bearish structure. All right, but however, price trading above that point could also mean more bullish continuation. Above the 1.0713 could also mean more bullish continuation. All right, so we'll look at what's also going on with the EURGBP for this one. EURGBP for this one here, price could also be complete, because however we want to see price complete this pattern in here of the A, B, C, D, E, and then we could be looking at price moving to the upside, because that could be when this C leg is going to complete. All right, this is the bigger C leg, because also we remember, and I did a step-by-step analysis of what is going on here. Okay, so I did a step-by-step analysis of what's going on here. So we had this small consolidation here, which also created XWX, and we had a Y here, which created the A. So we had an A, B, and then we had a C, which created a W. So we have a run to the upside, which created an X. So we have any three-wave move, or we're looking at the consolidation or a contraction. So we have also what looks like a zigzag here for this one, right? So this is fits for a zigzag, but however the retracement area here is that deep, because we're looking at the zigzag having a very shallow retracement of the 38.2. Right, we're not looking at zigzag to have more than 50%, right? So but this is 50%, so we're looking at a correction here. And however, this could also be complete, that point here. So if that be the case, we could be looking at an upside once price breaks previous structure. All right, so we'll just dive into see what's going on elsewhere with the EURAUD. EURAUD for this one here, I don't have any reason to take any trade for this one. Right, I don't have reason to take any trade for this one here, but rather I think I need to wait for more price developments. Okay, one that could be in place. We could be expecting that EURAUD might be on its way to the low previous low. Could be also to test the 1.469. all right, because that's where we expect the FIP extension to go to. So we could be looking at some drops back into these two areas. All right, so we're looking at drops back into these key areas here, like 1.49 and also 1.45. okay, so it could also be a possibility. It's a very huge drop that's coming in here, there, and we could also see it extend. All right, we could also see it extend, and but however we also have it that we have a huge support down there. Okay, we have a huge support down there, and we have a huge support down there. All right, so we could also be working out. We've completed the C. All right, so we worked out the AB, and then we have an A, B, C. All right, so we could all be working out a D. However, we can't start drawing the conclusion for now. All right, so we just want to be trading what is also happening on the smaller time frame, also taking note of what is happening on the bigger time frame. But I think a break below this point here will take price into a next leg down. All right, we'll take price into next leg down. So we're looking at those three areas that could be taking price into next leg down. All right, so it's a possibility that we could be testing the 1.49. all right, so GBPCHF here turned bullish. From the last time I spoke about this one, I wanted to look for short opportunities, and I was able to break even with this one because I was looking at a possibility that price could break below this point and we could have a daily close below the structure. So when that couldn't happen here, then I shifted my stop loss into my entry point, and this I was able to break even for this one. And here we also have bullish upside for this one here. So I would rather wait for price to give me a valid entry. All right, so I'll rather wait for price to give me a valid entry. And one of the entries I'm looking at here, I'm looking at this to be a structure. So I'm looking at ABC, right, somewhere down here, and I could look to continue. All right, so I'm looking at that scenario also playing out. Okay, so I want to see price drop into this zone before I can take some buy opportunities. All right, so however price is up here, I cannot be buying up there. All right, it's crazy to buy up there, but it's also cool to buy up there. All right, so but for me, I want to see price set up nicely as to how I want to see it. All right, I want to see price respect my own trading strategy. All right, so for this one also, GBPNZD, we also have support somewhere down there, so we could say that price could be like magnet. All right, so once price goes close to a support, it goes like a magnet. All right, so however, price will want to be hungry into, testing that position. All right, so price moves like a magnet instead of that zone. So right, we could be seeing price coming to test the 1.19. All right, so it's like a magnet. Yeah, and I spoke about also this when price broke this structure here with this candle here. This is an institutional candle here, and you can see that it's strong, it's clean, and broke through that structure. So a retest would only send price down. All right, so if you're following me on that analysis, all right, it's a cool one. Also with the for this one here, we didn't really have a setup for this one. However, this could have been an X leg. This could have been an X leg, and you can see that not more than 2 fractals, a break below that point signaled a continuation to the downside. All right, so the break of D, E, so we have a high leg here. So that one worked perfectly for this analysis, which I spoke about. All right, so it's one of my favorite setups. All right, and I didn't take this. All right, I didn't take this because I was not looking at it here. I was not looking at it. I was elsewhere. I'm doing other things. All right, so we look at the EURCAD. All right, so EURCAD, we're still here at the support, so we don't have any more reasons to take a trade because it's not going to be a good one. All right, in terms of risk to reward. All right, so we're just going to leave it at that, and we're going to wait for new price developments. All right, but however, guys, what I'm looking at this one for the EURCAD, when I looked at this one for the EURCAD, we did have an A, we did have a B, okay, so we did have a C. All right, we have a C there, and we did have a D, and we did have an E. All right, perfect. All right, so for the EURCAD, this one, I asked myself, what if this is an A? All right, and this could be an ABC to create a B. All right, so what I'm going to be doing for this one, I'm going to still wait for price to complete. All right, but I think what I'm going to be doing at the break of this trend line, all right, so I want to see this channel break the delay. All right, the previous delay before that could also complete as not a delay, but anything that would take price here, all right, and then take price breaking this structure here, this trend line here, or this channel here. I'll be looking at taking the next trading decision as a delay. All right, so I'll be looking at more of an upside possibility with this one. All right, that's what I'm going to be looking at. I'm going to be looking at a more upside possibility. All right, anything that can create that, because this could also be a complete pattern. Okay, I'll be looking at this as a complete pattern of wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4. All right, so this is wave 3 rather. All right, let me just go clear this. This is wave 1, 0 to 1 to 2 to 3, A, B, and then C, then wave 5. All right, this could also be a complete pattern, and this could also be a complete C leg, and we could be starting up a new fresh leg to the upside. All right, so we're just going to have to wait and then see how it plays out. All right, so we'll just take a little bit peek at what is also happening with the EURGBP this one, and I think we would be having a little bit of contraction here, so I want to see this structure being taken out. All right, so we did have what could have proved to be an ending diagonal here of the A, B, C, D, and then we had a very huge E, which looks absurd. Okay, and we could also be looking at what looks like an ending diagonal here. So I want to see structures. I want to see, however, we are trading just above the previous B leg. All right, so but I want to see price react around here. All right, so this is a very important territory here. So we can't be taking any short or long opportunities. Rather, we want to see price react here. If price can continue upward here, breaking this structure, I think that will be the end of the game, and I'll look at price dropping one more time and continuing to the upside. All right, so with that, wrap up the session. Stay tuned to this channel, stay glued to this channel. I'm going to be coming up with setups. Okay, I'm going to come up with a signal. All right, whenever trades I'm looking at is ready. All right, so it's gonna be early. All right, it's gonna come out like about 10 minutes, 15 minutes before the pay moves or the trade moves to the direction which we expect it to. So just stay glued to this channel and subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you'll get information whenever I post content such as that one. All right, so previously we also came into drop pull analysis. All right, before price moved to the upside. All right, so in the last one we spoke about the USDCAD. All right, so that analysis was dropped immediately, and then 15 minutes later price moved in the direction. All right, and also with other ones as well. So those will also set up nicely here, and a few minutes later we had price move. So I also come into drop analysis also as chart, okay, in those videos. So you can see here also with the USDJPY, we posted this on the 6th, and immediately we did so. You see how price moved on that point to upside. Also we looked at the USDCAD, it was a live session as well, which we also took some trade, and we planned it before then, a day before. All right, so I come up here to give you insight as to what is also happening here. Also yesterday I did a gold breakdown. All right, and that also is also pointed out in today's session as well. Okay, so that's the more reason why you need to subscribe and also turn on the notification bell on this channel so you get information whenever I post content such as this one. So all my trades are live trades and on live account. All right, I don't trade a demo account. I don't come out here to give a demo trade. All right, with that, wrap up this session and also stay glued. I'll be back by New York or in the London session to give you trade signals whenever it presents itself in the market. All right, stay blessed and enjoy the rest of your week. It's Gwen. Love you all.